During its long history, Jerusalem has been destroyed at least twice, besieged 23 times, attacked 52 times, captured and recaptured 44 times. The oldest part of the city was settled in the 4th millennium BCE. This is what the Wikipedia article on Jerusalem says. Obviously, the city is not a city of peace, contrary to the tall claim that Salem means peace and hence the city being named after peace. Even a mentally deranged person won't call it a city of peace. No place on earth has met with so many wars like that of Jerusalem. Hence, we should analyze the etymological origin of the words Salem and Jerusalem. Regarding the meaning of the first part of the word, Jero, I shall again quote from Wiki page on Jerusalem as in the following. The form Jerusalem or Jerusalem first appears in the Bible in the book of Joshua. According to a Midrash, the name is a combination of Yahweh Ireh and the town Shalem. According to the cited quote, Jerusalem is a combination of Yahweh Ireh and Shalem. Here, Yahweh is the name of the Jewish God. The reference to Yahweh is void, as the word Shalem itself is God, and the city is named after the god Shalem, as the following quote from Wiki page on Jerusalem would demonstrate. Shalim or Shalem was the name of the god of dusk in the Canaanite religion, whose name is based on the same root SLM, from which the Hebrew word for peace is derived. The name thus offered itself to etymologizations such as city of peace, abode of peace, dwelling of peace. In the cited quote, Shalim is called the god of dusk. It also says that Shalim means peace. Which of the two is correct? In the following, we shall prove that Shalim means dusk and not peace. Now that Jerusalem has been the theatre of war for the past 6,000 years, it could not have been named after peace, and hence Salim should not have meant peace. Probably it should have even meant war, as it matches the historical truth about the city, which has always been a war-torn city. If we establish the proper etymological origin of the word Shalim, we shall know whether Shalim means war or peace. We have to turn to Tamil to understand correct meanings of words of any language after recovering the original Tamil form from the deformations. We shall start the etymological analysis of the word Shalim now. Quoting from the wiki page on Shalim, Yim in most Semitic languages means day, and Sahar and Shalim, twin deities of the dawn and dusk, were conceived of as its beginning and end. Hence, Yim means day, and Al means darkness in Tamil, and hence Alim means dark part of the day or end of the day, which means darkness. In Tamil, most words which start with the vowel sound A has a counterpart starting with the consonant sound S. For instance, Angu, which means conch in Tamil, is also called Sangu. Likewise, Alim has a counterpart Salim with the same meaning. Hence, Salim means dusk, that is darkness. Now we have etymologically proved that Salim means dusk properly. Actually, Salim only means darkness or dark part of the day. But the Semitic word Ire actually meant Ire in Tamil, which means God. Hence, Ire plus Salim, Jerusalem, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. Hence, Jerusalem means the god or goddess of night, and as a city name, the city of the goddess of night, or precisely the city of the goddess Kali, as Kali is the goddess of night. But Kali is a war goddess, and hence Jerusalem, which was named after Kali, is obviously a war-torn city and not a city of peace. Does our etymological analysis that Jerusalem means the city of the goddess Kali hold ground and substantiated? Yes, very much. Kali is the goddess of Saturn. We know that Jews are occult people who worship their god on Saturday. Moreover, we very well know that Jews' chosen color is black. Let us summarize. Kali is the goddess of the night. She is a black deity. She is the goddess of Saturn, and hence the auspicious day of Kali is Saturday. She is the war goddess. Let us summarize about the Jews. Jews love black color. They worship on Saturday. Most of the wars of the world are due to Illuminati Jews. Obviously, the Jews are Kali worshippers, which shall be explicitly established by the music videos funded by them. Hence, we have established that Salem does not mean peace and Jerusalem means the city of the goddess Kali. From the period of Amarna letters, the name exists in record form, which is around 1350 BC. Hence, it should have been originally named by Abraham. Abraham was the descendant of Noah. Before deluge, humanity had only two major gods. One was Issa, who was also called El Shaddai after his plait of hair. He was a Siddha, that is, prophet, who attained enlightenment. The other was the goddess Kali, a symbolic deity of bravery, judgment, and war. Together, they stood for Kabbalism, the earliest Oriental philosophy. Isa meant creation, and Kali meant destruction. Hence, they were considered as dualistic pair and often considered as one. It was the knowledge of this pair that Noah carried with him, and it was this pair that Abraham also worshipped. As Jerusalem was the land of the setting sun, the westernmost land adjacent to the sea, it was suitably named, most probably by Abraham, as Jerusalem after the goddess Kali. I had already quoted that Salim had a dualistic counterpart called Sahara. Let me quote from Wiki page on Sahara in the following. Shahar was the goddess of dawn in the pantheon of Ugarit. She was the twin and counterpart of Shalim, child of El, and the competent authority of dawn. Both were gods for the planet Venus and were considered by some to be a twin avatar of god Attar. As a markers of dawn and dusk, Shahar and Shalim also represented the temporal structure of the day. Hence, Salim means dusk or darkness, and Sahara means dawn or light. Sahara represents Venus as the morning star, but they seem to relate Salim also to Venus as it appears as evening star, the harbinger of night during some seasons in the year. But Salim is actually related to Saturn and Sahara to Venus. By this video, we have established that Salim is Kali. Unlike Salim, who has Sahara as his pair, Kali also has a dualistic pair. He is Isa, the enlightened one with a third eye. Sahara means dawn or light, and Isa, the enlightened one, represent the same. Hence, Salim and Sahara just correlates to Kali and Isa. This correlation is mind-blowing. We shall now consider how the Sahara represented dawn. Saharam is a Tamil word meaning sea. We know that sea is encircling the planet Earth. Hence, sea is metaphorized as a circle around Earth. Circle is called in Tamil as Aram. But that circle is a big one. The adjective big or long is called Sa in Tamil, and hence Sa plus Aram, Sa-Aram, Saharam, Saharam, Sahara. The morning star Venus is called Helal ben Sahara. The Semitic word Helal deformed from Tamil word Edal, which means rising. Edal, Elal, Helal. The Semitic word Ben was Bin in Tamil, which meant behind. Sahara means sea in Tamil. Hence, Helal ben Sahara means rising from behind the sea. As Venus, called as the morning star, is rising from behind the eastern sea. It was this morning star that was called the fallen angel called Lucifer, as per Isaiah 14:12, according to some versions of Bible. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of morning? You have been cut down to earth, who have weakened nations. Here again, there is a mind blowing correlation. The seven celestial objects represented seven angels which originated from Tamil culture. The seven Saptakanni of Tamils represent a planet each. It is these Saptakanni who are called angels in the West. Each planet and Kanni is given a specific color by Tamil philosophy. Likewise, each angel is represented by a specific color. That was the origin of the salvation bracelet of Christianity. Thus, Venus is represented by green color and hence was the angel of agriculture, and she was called Pachayamma, the earth goddess in Tamil. Since the angel in the sky called Venus was also called the earth goddess, the Semitic people, completely misunderstanding the Tamil philosophy, misconceived that Venus, called as Lucifer by them, was a fallen angel, fallen on earth, having defied God and banished by God to earth. Let me repeat. Venus is represented by green color and hence was the angel of agriculture, and she was called Pachayamma, the earth goddess in Tamil. Since the angel in the sky called Venus was also called the earth goddess, the Semitic people, completely misunderstanding the Tamil philosophy, misconceived that Venus, called as Lucifer by them, was a fallen angel, fallen on earth, having defied God and banished by God to earth. Oh my God! It is all misconception. The ancient biblical authors misconceived Tamil philosophy pathetically, and this misconception has brought such a terrible peril to this beautiful earth. The West ought to know the ancient Tamil philosophy with its proper meaning, as it was the original philosophy of the world, which will lead to love and peace in this world. In fact, unlike Judaism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam, which were shaped after just one prophet each, Tamil philosophy was shaped by hundreds of great prophets over a period of 10,000 years, and hence it is impeccable and very scientific. The greatness of Tamil philosophy is exhibited by the fact that it does not have a creation story. Ancient Tamils believed that the world we live evolved out of five basic elements called space, earth, water, air, and fire. Ancient Tamils had evolution theory several thousand years ago itself, and we have a proof of it in Tolkappiyam. Another important landmark of Tamil philosophy is that it does not have Satan, the evil god, among its pantheon. We know that it is a concept of Satan which is destroying the world today. The Satan is an invention by the West which hailed from the misconception of the original Eastern philosophy, which was that of ancient Tamils. If there is Satan, it exists only among humans, not among the gods.
We've come to know truths that we will never question. Evil is real, and it must be opposed.
In November 2004, as US forces launch a massive attack on the Iraqi city of Fallujah, a senior Marine officer, Lieutenant Colonel Gareth Brandle, makes clear who he thinks the enemy is.
The enemy has got a face. He's called Satan. He's in blue, and we're going to destroy him.
It's embroidery, it's myth-making, it's poetry. It can be good fun, except that it has produced great evils. A human invention, but one that's rebounded on us because it's given us permission to do terrible things to each other, which is why I think that we should close hell down and finally banish the devil and get rid of him.
The pagan worship of Tamils was terribly misconceived by the West, while it was actually a mature and scientific theology designed to enrich human life, and it was called Asivaham. Coming back to the subject, I had explained that home of Salim, the god of dusk, is Jerusalem. What was the home of Sahara? We know that Sahara meant the morning star called Venus, and it was called Helal ben Sahara, meaning rising from behind the sea, and hence it should have been on the eastern coast of the vast land. Isaiah 14:13, according to some versions of the Bible, says that Sahara lives on the Mount Zapan. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the Mount of Assembly, on the utmost heights of Mount Zapan. This Japan is nothing but the Japan, which is called the land of the rising sun. It was also the land of the rising Venus, the light bearer called as Shakara in short. Hence, Sahara shall represent both Venus and Sun, as both are luminous bodies emanating from Sahara, the ocean. Hence, Japan represents dawn and Jerusalem represents dusk. As Issa is an enlightened person with a third eye, and as sun is a symbol of enlightenment, Issa is often referred to sun. In fact, the common English surname Ellis originated from El plus Eason, Ellison, Elisa, Ellis. In fact, the Governor Ellis of Madras Presidency during 19th century called himself correctly as Ellison, following his genuine love on Tamils, Tamil language, Tamil literature, and Tamil philosophy. Hence, Issa was indeed related to El, the sun. Hence, Salim represents Kali and Sahara represents Issa. Issa and Kali is a dualistic pair representing creation and destruction respectively. Sahara and Salim are also called twins, representing dawn and dusk respectively. Abraham knew Issa and Kali as dualistic pair following his forefather Noah. In the times of Noah, the name Kali need not have existed and might have been called as Allamma, where Al means darkness and Amma means mother literally and deity figuratively. Allamma means deity of the night. In the course of time, Allamma might have deformed to Alima, Alim, and finally to Salim. Hence, Abraham knew that Salim meant darkness. Hence, he named the city of the setting sun, Jerusalem, after Kali, the night goddess. Hence, Jerusalem does not mean a city of peace. As it is the abode of Kali, it continues to be a war torn city. It is high time the city be renamed. That renaming might reform the Semitic people, enlightening them to follow the path of Shiva and not that of Kali. The fact that the consciousness of the Jews was dominated by this Isa Kali pair shall be understood by studying the origin of the word Israel. The Jews pronounce the word Israel as Israel. The Jewish nation, Israel, itself was named after the Isa Kali dualistic pair. Isa plus Ra plus El. Isa Ra El. Israel. Here, Ra means night in Tamil, which means the night goddess Kali. Hence, Israel means the land of the Isa Kali god. It is the correct etymology of Israel. It is pertinent to point out here that even the Egyptian god Ra is actually Kali, even though it is considered as male god. Not knowing the correct origin of this name, the ancient biblical authors had to invent a fictional wrestling of an unknown angel with Jacob to lamely explain the name origin of Israel. Even the monotheism of the Jews originated from this Isa Kali pair, as Noah did not know of other gods. By the times of Moses, he forgot the name Isa, but he seemed to be vaguely conscious that Isa was the ancient god king of the south, where his forefather Noah came from. Hence, he named his god Jehovah, meaning the god king of the south. Yah plus Kovan, Yakovah, Yehovah, Jehovah. Yah means south and Kovan means king. He did not know how Jehovah looked like, and hence he conceived him to be void of an image or invisible. But he was vaguely conscious that Isa was related to fire, and hence he saw him as the burning bush of the Mount Sinai.
From the burning bush, O Lord, you charged me to bring the people to this holy mountain, to behold your glory and receive your law. What have I left undone?
The ancient Siddha who attained nirvana were remembered by Tamils as star constellations in the sky. For instance, Isa, the Shiva, was remembered as Orion, Vishnu was remembered as Aquila, and Muruga was remembered as Pleiades, their Tamil names being Tiruvadirai, Tiruvonam, and Karthik respectively. It is from here that the word pantheon evolved. Van plus Theon, Vantheon, Pantheon, Pantheon. Here, Van means sky, Theon means fiery man, and hence Pantheon means fiery men of the sky. Moreover, Isa, the Shiva, was known as a fiery man as he first proposed the Big Bang theory of the universe, as is represented in this Nataraja form of him. By this video, I established that Salim was misconceived as peace. I have also established that Lucifer and Satan too were pathetically misconceived by the West. This video is a sequel to The Secret Behind the Conception of Royal Society, where I have established that Bensalem did not mean son of peace, and it meant the land of the people wearing long white fabric. This video on Jerusalem doubly confirms my research finding.